Proposed Kansas bill gaining some traction after similar bills passed in other states.
The bill considers age verification for sexually explicit content online. 12 News reporter Gabriela Hernandez spoke with the agency at the forefront of the bill and shares why they believe this change is needed.
Even the most committed parents are struggling to keep up with the rapid advance of technology.
Kansas could soon have to verify their age before accessing adult content online. Kansas Family Voice has worked closely with legislators and say the proposed bill aims to keep minors from seeing pornographic content that could alter their views on sex.
We've seen a huge growth in the detriments and the harms of pornography on children, on their brain development, on their social development. There are studies that show it has similar effects on kids as cocaine and tobacco.
Meanwhile, back in the lowlands,
of course, if you're testing to see if someone's 13 or 14 or 15 or 16, you're also testing to see, by definition, if they're 16 plus. So if there's going to be age verification, everybody is going to have to go through an age verification process, won't they?
Yes.
yes.
So this isn't just about the privacy or collecting data about kids. This is literally everybody accessing social media. That's how it has to work, isn't it?
Yes.
Senator Shoebridge, you just used the term age verification. You may not have been in the room when we had a discussion about the distinction between age verification and age assurance. This is an age assurance trial.
This is, if you're going to have age assurance for kids 13, 14, 15 or 16, testing if they're that age, you're testing everyone's age and you're doing it at that level of age assurance. And that has privacy and data protection implications for literally everybody accessing social media, doesn't it?
Yes, and that's one of the reasons why we've commissioned consumer research to look at consumer willingness and particular aspects that are...
Gotcha, bitch!
Well, you know, we have the Supreme Court are going to hear oral arguments next year in January for the age verification laws out of Texas. But what we're hearing from certain states that they're trying to ramp up lawsuits against certain websites and telling people, well, sue the porn industry, sue them out of existence. But, you know, what they're doing is, with these age verification laws, is that they're violating the Constitution. There have been many people out there that are experts that have said age verification will be a detriment to people, to their information. You know, we're hearing out of Australia that they're saying, like, well, you know, we're doing this because, you know, we're collecting the information to make sure that it's an adult out there. What you're doing is you're collecting the information to know what these people are looking at. Because they're not going to stop at the porn industry. Any adult site they're going to go after. Anything marked adult. They're going to go after X. They're going to go after Facebook eventually down the line. They're going to go after the streaming sites like Max and Netflix and all that. It's never going to stop. You know, once you open up that Pandora's box, you know, it's going to allow them to do it. And this is what you have to think. They put the fear in people. And they say, oh, this is for children. It's going to protect children.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
They don't care about children. They never have. If they cared about children, they would have found the over 300,000 missing children right now in the United States that were brought across the border against their will by these coyotes to put them as slave labor, human trafficking, and prostitution. We know this. It's 100%. They said, well, they came over as families. We don't know that these were families they came over with. Who did they release them to? They didn't verify if they were family members. They didn't realize if they were their mother and fathers. Because we've heard stories like this before, where even in this country, desperate families have sold their children off to pay their bills. Yeah, this has happened. To pay their addiction. It has happened. And now we see that Kansas are looking for people to sue adult companies over age verification. They're going out there as ambulance chasers to say, hey, did your kid watch that? Well, you could sue and get money off of that. It's amazing what they're trying to do out there. But before we read this off of XBiz, just want to give you a programming note. Next week is Thanksgiving, so we will have a shortened week. It'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Otaku Thursday will be moved over to Wednesday for just 1 week while we celebrate Thanksgiving. So we'll have some special episodes running on there, but we'll return to full schedule on the following week. So please note that. Please do check them out. We do appreciate it. And still subscribe, like, share. Thank you. So from XBiz, from the editors over at XBiz, Kansas attorneys seek plaintiff to sue adult companies over age verification. The Free Speech Coalition has released a statement warning that personal injury law firms in Kansas are soliciting plaintiffs to sue adult companies under the state age verification law. The statement follows: a personal injury law firm is actively courting potential plaintiffs in Kansas using the state's age verification law to dangle the prospect of large financial judgments from adult companies. The firms identified by FSC is openly employed church networks to reach potential plaintiffs. In Kansas, simple access of an adult website by a minor may be enough to bring a civil case with statutory damages. No proof of actual harm is required. Under the law, claims for statutory damages to begin at $50,000. The state attorney general is separately empowering to bring litigation. While these cynical efforts are not entirely surprising, it is a reminder of the ongoing threat of civil litigations, says Allison Bowden, executive director of the Free Speech Coalition. These bounty hunter laws can be employed for profit. We continue to monitor threats while challenging these unconstitutional mandates in court. We ask anyone who becomes the target of a lawsuit is to contact us immediately, as we have legal resources available. Yes, that's right. Contact the Free Speech Coalition if you happen to have a website to that nature. Because they're not only going to go after porn. I'm telling you, they're going to go after the anime. They're going to after manga. Yeah, Sony, you're probably going to see one or two off Crunchyroll. Yeah, you got enough lawsuits as it is. You could end up, because of some of the content that's on your site, which is adult content, because this is what they tell you. It's not that they're going after porn. They're going after adult content. That's what the law says. It's not pornography that's the mainstay. The mainstay is adult content. I keep saying this. This is an attack on the entertainment business. This is an attack by Puritans. This is the new Puritans. That they're radical religious groups. And it's not only the Christians. It's not only the Christians. It's also the Mormon Church as well. That there are those in the Mormon Church that are trying to push these age verifications. We saw this from Utah. They're not going to stop with the porn industry. They're going to go after the NC-17 movies. They're going to go after the R-rated movies. They're going to go after artwork that they'll deem. I mean, there's that joke. We've said this many times off of The Simpsons, where they're basically, the Itchy and Scratchy that, Marge went out there to protests to get Itchy and Scratchy censored, and then they came back to her and said, "Oh, you got it censored. Now we got to censor the artwork. Why? Why? That it's a piece of work of art. It's historical. No. We can't have that. This is their thought. They start at one end and they go to the other. The groups that are involved in this have been around a long time, especially NOSC, aka Morality and Media, that has gone after comedy. They've gone after magazine companies like Cosmopolitan, the Swimsuit Edition, and many other, video Roblox. They're going after Roblox. This is the thought process that they have. They can't leave things alone. If they wanted to help children, they go help the children that are on the streets right now. They're being used as slave labor. You're being used as prostitutes. The children that are being kidnapped on a daily basis. They're being trafficked across state lines, across, from Mexico into the United States, across from Canada into the United States. That they'll go after companies for using child labor in Africa, in China, and many other places. Because remember, that battery that's in your phone, that battery that's in your battery-operated car, do you know where that comes from? The materials that come from? They come from mines that use children to mine, the cobalt and many other elements on there. And it's without protection. They're not wearing shoes to protect themselves. This is the risk of getting themselves poisoned by these elements. They don't want to dig into, use proper machinery to dig because it costs these companies money in the end. But the thing about it is they're going to use child slave labor. Yeah, that's right. But they don't care about that. All they care about is to censor the internet, to censor us. The new media, because with the new independent media, and people are beginning to realize that. You have MSNBC that's possibly being sold. You have layoffs at CNN. Why? Because people are not going to them for news anymore. They're coming to sites like us. Here at Cuticast TV, they're going over to Timpool. They're going over to Geek now. Who during the election? Who was one of the number one sites out there? It was Geeks and Gamers. Jeremy over at Geeks and Gamers was one of the top sites, even over Timcast IRL. You have Steven Crowder. You have Benny Johnson. Many others that have been pushing to tell you the truth out there, to bring you the another opinion out there of what is truly happening in our politics around the cities we live in. Here on Man with the Show, we try to tell you the things that are going on as far as censorship, the anime manga world, the adult world, and pornography onto there. Also, what's going on in New York City as a whole, and the politics that are going on there with Merrick Adams, Governor Hochul, congestive pricing, and many other things that have been going on. And now we see there are places that they're going to try to push this out there. You'll see commercials that say, "Have you been hurt by what you saw on the internet? Well, dial us 1-800-LAW." And basically, they're going to tell you to on there. And the thing about it is, a lot of these lawsuits don't, it's not money in your pocket if you plan to sue. It's money in their pockets. Think about that for a minute. I'm not against, lawyers or anything like that. I have friends lawyers. We have lawyers here as content creators like Legal Mindset and many others. Nate the Lawyer, who will tell you the same. These age verification laws are against the Constitution. And I believe that the Supreme Court will slam this, send this back to lower courts, and it will be squashed. And this will basically, destroy, these age verification laws. These will wipe them out. Because remember, as much as you hear, they said, well, we've shut them down in this state. No, it's called the VPN. And the thing about it is, you're taking away the rights of the parents. We've already had one law here in New York City that is going to be taking away some of the parental rights here in New York. That's going to be challenged. I know it is going to be challenged at the Supreme Court level. It's going to Prop 1 will be squashed. I know it's going to take a little time, but it's going to get squashed because it's taking away your rights. If you're a New Yorker and they said, well, it's supposed to help the abortion rights on there, there was already one signed by Cuomo, Governor Cuomo at the time. And if you change your mind, you're not allowed to change your mind. And that's what they're telling you right now with Prop 1, that you can't vote it out. That's what they're telling you. They're telling you can't vote any of these laws out from on there. And what they do is they're going to expand it. That's taking away your right to vote. Remember that. And remember, comment in the lines below there. Tell me your thoughts about this, what's going on in Kansas. Really, if you're from Kansas, let me know your thoughts. Have you seen commercials yet? Have you seen any law firms doing this yet? Please let us know. Don't forget to hit that like, share this video, and that little button down there that says subscribe, please hit that subscribe button. We really do appreciate it. It moves us up in the algorithm out there. And also, have yourself a happy Thanksgiving. Don't listen to what the mainstream media is telling you. Some of these shows that says, well, if they vote, if your family didn't like how you voted, don't go to the Thanksgiving. Don't spend Thanksgiving. No, do spend Thanksgiving with your family. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to separate us all, including the family structure, the nuclear family. This is what they want to do. So until next time, thank you for tuning in. Spend time with your family. Get with them. Have yourself a good Thanksgiving. And we'll see you on the other side at the beginning of the holiday season for Christmas. Bye-bye now.